Well, there's definitely some October magic. The San Francisco Giants, 6-0 in elimination games, a team that's been left for dead twice. I don't know. Maybe World Series champions? What is up, everybody? I'm Joe. I'm here with my co host Tim,
How's it going, guys?
and this is the final serve. So, my question for you to start off this episode: who's winning the World Series?
Detroit all the way. Not even a question. I think a big thing that helps Detroit in this series is the fact that they have Verlander at least going 3 times. They've had enough rest that their pitching rotation has worked out perfectly for this series. That Miguel Cabrera fielder combo, I don't know if the Giants pitching staff can handle it. Delman Young has been hot. The only thing you have to worry about with Detroit is the back end of their bullpen, but Phil Koch has been pretty solid. Valverde has been terrible. I think the only edge the Giants have here is the bullpen. If they can mount any lead, they'll probably be able to hold on to it.
But to be fair, against the Yankees, it's not like they were scoring a ton of runs until that last game. And how often have we seen in the past that the team with the most rest just comes out flat? I mean, the Giants are hot, coming off 2 series where, like I said in the opening, they were left for dead. I mean, their starting pitching has been phenomenal.
I think what really hurts San Fran in this instance is that Kane at best will see 2 games. I don't think with Barry Zito's 85-mile-an-hour fastball, he's going to be able to get that past Cabrera. For me, I think Detroit takes this series in 5. Really would like to see the series go at least 7 games. I think it'd make it a lot more interesting. I just think Detroit has too much firepower offensively for the Giants to handle. And Verlander is going to be way too much for the Giants lineup to handle.
5 games. You're not even going to give them a shot.
I mean, 5 games, yeah.
5
They win
games?
1 game, yeah.
Oh
I
man,
mean, only 1 game they win, yeah.
I'm
I
so
thi-
I'm
I think-
so disappointed in you right now.
I think
I
they
really
I think
am.
they've already given all they've had. They've given it all they've had.
I honestly think that they're just cruising now. I think look,
You can't say cruising to a team that had to come from behind.
they just won 3 games in a row.
You can't say cruising.
They
Cruising
just
would be
won 3 games
dominating.
in a row.
They had to do it from coming from behind fashion. And even their ace was not exactly spectacular.
The offense came alive in that game 7. Let's be honest. People did not think they were going to win. Everyone said, "Oh, the Cardinals. Look at the Cardinals. They're like the New York Giants in baseball, coming alive in the postseason. They can't stop them." Come on.
I think the only thing that the Giants have right now going for them is Scooter Rose hit 500 in the LCS. I think the one thing we'll see also in this series is whether or not Detroit's starting pitching was for real, or it actually was the Yankees' bats that were just terrible.
Well, that's true. That is true. That series was awful. Glad that one's over. Listen, I don't think it's going to end in 5 games. I think this series is going to go 7 games. I do think that Detroit's going to edge it out, but it's going to be a lot more compelling than you're giving it credit for.
I disagree. They're going to see Verlander at least twice within 4 or 5 games. Verlander's not losing those games.
He hasn't been as locked down as he was last year. I think he could very well have a little hiccup.
The guy's given up 2 runs in 2 starts. What are you talking about? He hasn't been locked down.
Yeah,
Guy
against
pitched-
a Yankee team that couldn't hit a beach ball.
He still shut them down.
Against a team that
can't-
couldn't hit a beach
He
ball.
still shut them down.
Listen,
Doesn't matter who was
listen.
it against.
The Yankees in that series couldn't hit water if they were standing in the middle of the ocean. That's how bad they were, okay? Forget it. Don't give me that.
What about the A's?
The
How many
A's,
strike out in 9 innings?
I was
11,
never.
12?
I'm not on the A's bandwagon. I never cared for what the A's put out on the field. I thought the A's were lucky to make it where they were, but that's just my opinion.
So you think it's just all a mirage? What Verlander's done in the postseason?
No, look. Verlander is a very good pitcher, but you can't tell me that he's guaranteed to win both games.
Oh, I'm telling you, he's guaranteed.
No,
to
you
win
can't
both
tell me
games.
he's guaranteed to win
With
both
that
games.
with that lineup behind him
Nah.
and pitching in those big ballparks. You're going to tell me the Giants are going to beat them up.
I'm not saying they're going to beat them up, but I'm saying that I think they're going to keep it fairly close.
I truly believe Detroit in 5. Miguel Cabrera wins the MVP, hits at least 2 to 3 home runs in this series. Giants had their magic. They left it all on the field in the last 2 series. They're done right now.
I respectfully disagree. They're going to make it a lot more interesting than you give it credit for. But moving on, we're going to throw in some picks right now. Starting off with the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. The Jets, well, how disappointing was that? Go into New England, Mark Sanchez throws for over 300 yards, and what does he do? He fumbles the ball in overtime, and they lose the game. I think the Jets bounce back. They fixed their play calling, which was a complete abomination, and the Jets win this game 21-17.
I completely disagree with you on this. First of all, the Jets should have lost the first matchup against the Dolphins. Second of all, if you think the play calling offensively is going to change it all, you're completely mistaken. They're going to put Tebow in when he shouldn't be in. On downs where they should throw the ball, they're going to run the ball. They're going to take Sanchez out for 2 plays, then put him in on a 3rd and long. No idea what's going on offensively for this team. Last week against the Patriots, this defense looked real soft, especially when it mattered. I still think the games could be relatively close just because the Dolphins quarterback is a rookie. He'll probably make a mistake or two that'll keep the game close. I don't believe in Sanchez. I don't think he's a terrible quarterback, but he's a quarterback that makes mistakes in big spots, as proven in the last week's game against the Patriots. Granted, the game probably should have been over beforehand with the play calling. Maybe the defense should have made a stop on Brady. But how are you going to have the ball so far away from your body as you're getting sacked? Bring the ball in close. Protect the ball. Don't let it go flying out. I'm going with Dolphins on this one. 24, Jets 17.
Let me ask you something. Why don't you think they're going to change the play calling on offense? Because
they haven't all season.
Right, but they let Sanchez throw the ball last week, so clearly they made some change. It's just
they let him throw in big spots.
Well, they let him throw the ball in the red zone to Dustin Keller for the touchdown.
But not when they got the fumble recovery.
Well, listen, this is what I'm saying. The Jets should have won that game.
All he got was a rollout play. The
Jets had no business losing that. Play calling needs to change. That's all I'm going to say about that.
As bad teams find ways to lose, good teams find ways to win. Just like the New York Giants. Thought they blew the game late. The defense didn't show up to make a big stop. But Eli Manning, once again, comes to save the day. 77-yard touchdown reception to Victor Cruz. Man, has anyone been better in the fourth quarter than Eli?
Not that I can remember.
The man, if given a shot, he's going to go out there and win that game for you. That's why in this week's game against Dallas, I'm Giants all the way. We have a Dallas team who, yes, played their best game of the season against the Giants, but a Dallas team who's been struggling since. A Giants team who's been pretty hot, 5-1 since that game. If Eli Manning going into Cowboy Stadium is a perfect record there, I think as long as Hakeem Nicks remains healthy, the Giants had this easily. And the last time these two teams met, Cruz dropped a few balls. Wilson fumbled the ball once. I don't think the Giants make the same mistakes. They're a much better team since that game. Going with Giants with this one, 35, Cowboys 24.
I'm also going the Giants in this one. I can't see them losing this game. They're clearly the better team. Like you said, Victor Cruz is not going to make those drops that he made in the first game. And Dallas, really, they just fell off completely. I don't know what's going on with them. They can't seem to hold on to the ball or make good decisions or really anything. I mean, they're too many men on the field and all this nonsense going on with them. So even though Dallas is home, I'm giving the Giants the edge. I'm going to go 31-27. The next game we got the New Orleans Saints and the Denver Broncos. Well, the Saints are 2-4. The Broncos are 3-3. Drew Brees versus Peyton Manning. I'm going Peyton Manning, as most people should not be surprised. Peyton Manning's my guy. So Peyton Manning and the Broncos win this one. I don't see the Saints defense really stopping them. I think the Broncos are going to be able to just move the ball the way that they want to move it and there's really nothing the Saints can do. So give me the Broncos 35, Saints 24.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on this one. Ball's gonna be flying through the air in this game. Problem is, the Saints defense know how to make a stop. I mean, they give up almost 500 yards offensively week after week. You got to figure the Broncos will make a stop here and there, maybe intercept the ball once. Peyton Manning looks like he didn't miss last year at all. Last week against the Chargers, down 24 at the half, no big deal. I got this. 35 unanswered points, bam, as if it was nothing. I'm going Broncos all day on this game. 42, Saints 28. Now after this offensive battle, Monday night we have a clash of two very solid defenses, with the Arizona Cardinals playing the 49ers. In this game, there's not going to be much scoring going on. The Cardinals' offense has been terrible this year. Well, from the offensive showdown one night, you're going to a defensive struggle the next. Arizona Cardinals face off against the San Francisco 49ers. All about the 49ers in this one. I think their defense dominates a struggling Cardinals offense. Cobb goes down. They have Skelton replace him. I'd be surprised if the Cardinals even score 3 points in this game. Give me the 49ers 20, Cardinals 3.
Well, the mighty have fallen. I thought the Arizona Cardinals were going to really be a surprise after you start off the season 4-0. And what happens? You go and you lose the next 3. Let me tell you, I think they're done. I don't see them bouncing back. I don't see them making the playoffs. The 49ers, on the other hand, yeah, they had a rough couple weeks. But, I think overall, they're still getting better. That defense is dominating. That offense, on the other hand, really, they put up 13 points against the Seahawks? I don't know. But this game, San Francisco all the way. Arizona, I'm sorry. Your season's over. You have no shot. Give me the 49ers 21, Arizona Cardinals 7. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and make sure to subscribe. Thanks for listening.
You've just been served.